So here I have the Line 6 JM-4 looper pedal, and today I want to show you some of the features that I use the most on it. So first of all, we have three buttons here. Right now we're on the settings tone button. When you have that one selected, you can use this big select knob to scroll through different preset tones for your guitar. That is, if you plug your guitar into this unit and want to use the tones from it. There's tons of different tones in it. Now I usually don't use that myself because I like to have a different guitar tone, but I use this for playing along with. So that's what I want to focus on today in this video. So the next button, if you press it, it says Inputs Levels. And you see that in menu, that's three items. The first one says Song Drums, and you see it says 100% right now. So I can use this select knob and scroll backwards and the percentage goes down. And the same for the other that you see there. The second one says Guitar, and I can get to it by using this four-way navigation button. I press right. There's a little arrow on here that indicates right, left, up and down. So now on the guitar, if I turn the knob, I can lower the volume level on my guitar tone there. And the last one is also very useful because this controls the volume on a stored track that you have on an SD card. Because this unit can load tracks that you put on it from your computer, and it has its SD card in here. So if your backing track on the SD card is too loud, you can just turn it down a bit so you get the right levels. So that's very useful. Now press this button over here. It says Drums Song. This one is maybe the most important one. At least I find I use it a lot. When you press it, you see four tabs at the top. Right now it's selected SD, highlighted, and it says turn wheel to browse SD. So let's do that. If I turn the wheel, now I'm looking at the contents on my SD card. And these are drum tracks and backing tracks that I use for teaching. So I can just scroll through and look at, okay, it says, that's the first one, 100 Ride is what I named it. So now if I want to load this one up and play along to it, you can see it, hopefully, that there's a little arrow at the end there. That means you press the four-way navigation button to the right. Now it's loading and it's ready to play it back. So I just press the play button here, the foot switch. And this file is being played back. Now, of course, if I wanted to, I can actually, just like this is how I use it a lot, just to play it back. Now, if I wanted to, I could press record. And if I have my guitar plugged into this unit, I can, of course, record myself playing over this loop, over this drum loop. And that can be very useful, of course. And you can then store the recording you did on that SD card. Just press the save button here and select that as your option. Now let's go to the next tab up here. You see it's highlighted recordings because it expects you to want to record with this loop. But I'm going to go to the next one that says drums, so I press left on the four-way navigation. Now this will let you scroll through with this button different drum tracks, and right now it says metronome 1. So let's scroll through a bit and see what we find. And as soon as I start scrolling, it will, whatever is selected at the moment, will give me an audio preview of that track. So it plays back for 3-4 seconds, so I can have an idea of, do I want to load this one up? So if I do, let's scroll through a few of them. And there's a bunch of different styles that come loaded with this unit. And if you want to use a metronome, you have to scroll for quite a while actually until you get to something that says metronome 1. There it is. And metronome 2. So let's pick metronome 1. That's what it sounds like, and it says it's 110 beats per minute. That's okay. We can actually change that, which is the really cool feature on this unit. So I press right again on this button to load it. and now it's ready to go, so I can play it back anytime. If I hit record here, I can record whatever is being played back, including my guitar. But what I want to do now is to show you that's really cool with this unit, that you can change the tempo on a song or a drum track or a recording. So your time stretches, which is really handy if you want to play with a metronome click that's slower than this, for example, or faster. But even playing along to a track that's in a, you want to practice it in the key of G instead of key of A, for example, you can do that. But let's do the drum metronome here first. Let's play it. Let's start it. Make it keep playing. What I'm going to do now is to press drums song again. Then a new menu shows up, and the first one selected is called tempo pitch modes, and there's an option at the end there to go right with the navigation button here. So let's do that. Now it says Varispeed. That's good. That's what I want. I want to vary the speed. So I press again. You see there's an arrow at the end there. So I'll press right on this arrow again, and now I can turn this select knob to change the beats per minute. Now it's 90 beats per minute, and now it's 80. And I can press this again, come back to the menu I was at in the beginning. So now the metronome has been changed to 80 beats per minute. So it's, again, if you want to change it again, how do you do it? Press it again, you get the tempo pitch modes, press right, Varispeed, press right again, and just turn this thing to the tempo you want. Let's give it a 90. Stop it again. That's how the time stretch thing, Varispeed, works. So let's go to the last tab up here, the songs one, which is great because the unit comes preloaded with a bunch of tunes. And when you look at the song in this view, you can see the key of the tune. This one is in the key of D, and it's called Cajun Blues. And in the same way as it was with the drums, if I start scrolling, it will play back for a few seconds. So I get an audio preview. And same with the next. So I can scroll through. So let's just stay with the first one. Okay, let's say I want to play along to that one. So I'll just press right again to load it. Now it's loaded, so I can play back with this button and jam along to it. I can press record, and I can record my playing over this tune. And it's in the key of E, as you can see. Now the same thing with the Varispeed function to lower the beats per minute. We can use that feature on a song as well. So we press that button, we get that tempo pitch modes menu, press right, we go to Varispeed again, press right, and now you see the menu says speed pitch, and it says half steps at the top. So the key is in E, but let's go. Oh, we just had a key change. Now we're playing the key of F. Right? You just turn this as far as you want to go. Of course, if you go really far, it sounds maybe kind of weird because it speeds it up, of course. I can go as lower, let's go down to C, 4 half steps below the original. Now it's really heavy. And you see also that the beats per minute change as a result, which makes sense, right? Slower it is, the lower the pitch. So those are some of the features that I really find useful on this thing. I often go back to the menu here, I go to the SD card and load up a drum track that I have created. See, this is a really short loop, which is great just for practicing it. It's just more fun than to play to a metronome. And you can find tons of these types of drum loops on Master Guitar Academy. And what you can do, of course, here also is that you press this button to get into the tempo and pitch modes. You press right to get to Varispeed, and I can change the tempo of my drum track. Very handy for practicing, right? It could be that, oh, my technique is not quite good enough for that tempo. I want a little bit slower. You don't have to record the drums on your computer. You can just go in here and tweak the tempo to what you need. Same if it's too slow, speed up a bit. It could be good for idea generation or songwriting. You want to find some drums that are a bit faster for your idea, and then just can quickly come up with something this way instead of spending a lot of time on the computer trying to create stuff. This is really on the fly type of unit. So those are some of the features that I find I use the most on the JM-4 looper pedal. So let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer them. Bye for now.